What's up, fight fans? What's going on? Main man, made man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. So fresh off watching the Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas fight, in which Dillian Whyte gets the job done in unanimous decision. Two judges have it 115, 112. One judge having it 116 to 111. And it looks like Dillian Whyte is going to pull it out, man. He gets the job did. Alex, what's up with you, man? Dillian Whyte now will go on to become the WBC interim champion, putting him in a mandatory position. We all know the talk that's been going on about that, man. Dillian Whyte now will possibly get his shot for the WBC title somewhere down the line. He actually done what the WBC asked him to do. You know what I'm saying? He fought at a proper eliminator. But yo, man, Oscar Rivas basically losing most of the rounds in this fight. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, Oscar Rivas had some success in the ninth round where he knocked down Dillian Whyte, but Dillian Whyte did a good job effectively judging the distance in this fight, staying on his foot, staying on his bicycle, working behind that jab, doing a good job of keeping a proper distance between himself and Oscar Rivas, man. My thing with Oscar Rivas, why the hell didn't Oscar Rivas do more when he got to the inside, bruh? Why didn't he do enough when he got to the inside? Whenever he let his hands go on the inside, he had success. But he made it into a jab fest with Dillian Whyte, and I thought that was the wrong kind of fight for Oscar Rivas to fight. I mean, he literally made it into a jab fest. Dillian Whyte did a lot of good body work early on in the fight. I thought he did some good left hooks downstairs, putting that money in the bank, and that paid off in the long run because Oscar Rivas was clearly gassed by the final bell. Oscar Rivas, to me, may have even blew his load in the ninth round when he knocked down Dillian Whyte, and he couldn't jump on Dillian Whyte enough to finish him. Came real close, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's Dillian Whyte, man. It's like every time, with Dillian Whyte, he does enough to get the win on the early part of the fight. So by the time the second half of the fight comes, if he gets knocked down, if he's gassed, if he's too tired, he's already put enough rounds in where he always just kind of skim past for the victory. That's the same way he did against Joseph Parker, and amongst other fighters. Dillian Whyte fights in that fashion. He came in very heavy tonight, 259 pounds. Dillian Whyte clearly, man, ready for power tonight. Putting all that power, you see he looking a little fluffy around the midsection, man. I wasn't sure how that was going to play out for him going deep into this fight, but he stayed on his feet just enough. He was probably minutes, if not seconds away from actually going out for the final bell, but, he stayed on his feet long enough. Oscar Rivas, though, man, just like I said before, I thought he fought a piss-poor fight as far as cutting the ring off. He didn't do nearly enough when he made it to the inside. He didn't let his hands go nearly enough. He played most of the fight on the outside, had a lot of problems with getting to the body of Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte was the better body puncher in this particular fight. So I just didn't understand the strategy of Oscar Rivas beyond getting in, trying to make it to the inside. Didn't do anything. His jab, he had success with his jab early on in this fight, man, but to me, he was getting out jabbed. He didn't do enough on the inside. He didn't close the distance well enough for majority of this fight. But when he did, he was successful. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. Dillian Whyte finally getting his WBC mandatory position, man. Now, the thing about that, like I try to tell a lot of fight fans, hit that thumbs up for me as y'all come on through. It's not a guaranteed thing when Dillian Whyte really gets his shot. Of course, we know the news is out. We see Eddie Hearn talking on the mic now. He's probably going to tell you May of 2020 is when he probably have to get the shot. That's not guaranteed. Things can happen between now and May of 2020. Y'all know how the WBC get down. It could be unification fights that may pop up between now and then. It could be another. He's the interim champion. Who knows? They could designate a silver champion or something. Y'all know how the WBC do, man. They come up with these weird belts: franchise champion, silver champion, interim champion, everything under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So who really knows when it comes to the WBC of exactly if they're going to stick to the script for Dillian Whyte and give him a shot? Denise Ward's in the building. I see my brother UGC in the building early. I see a lot of the fam in the building. What's up with y'all, man? Hey, Media One Software say Pacquiao losing tonight. Never heard of it. Fool of sports. Whenever he gets his shot, he getting shot all day. The thing about Dillian, man, he's about a 6 to 7 round fighter. And that's the thing that I'm kind of noticing about him. He does, don't get me wrong, he's gotten stoppages late in fights against fighters like Derek Chisora and the likes like that. But to me, he looks like a good 6 to 7 round fighter, and then anything can happen at that point. He gets into a fight with like Deontay Wilder or like the big guns like Anthony Joshua. Yo, man, this extra size that Dillian Whyte is putting on trying to go deep into fights. It ain't gonna happen with the other heavyweights, man. He gonna be eating too much leather, you know, and eating that much leather in the second half of fights from the elite guys like a Deontay Wilder or say like an Anthony Joshua or Andy Ruiz. That ain't gonna be smart. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna be smart at all. That ain't gonna be smart at all. He was gassed by the 12, says Last of a Dying Breed. Yeah, he was gassed by the 12. But if you look at Dillian Whyte's fighting, granted, he is a heavyweight, so we should expect heavyweights to gas out. But at the end of the day, a lot of his fights, bro, he's always like super gassed by like rounds 9, rounds 10. You know what I mean? I don't get it, man. I think a lot of his opponents need to try to learn to go downstairs a lot more on Dillian Whyte. You know, Oscar Rivas didn't do nearly enough body work in this particular fight. You know what I mean? Man, I see Pac-Man losing because Keith got something to prove tonight. Yo, we're going to do that on another live stream. I'm going to back that up next. Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, bro. I think Keith One-Time Thurman is going to dust. It's going to crucify Manny Pacquiao tonight. I think Manny Pacquiao's been getting by a lot this year by fighting a lot of opponents that, you know, like I said before, was good for popularity reasons. But at the end of the day, they wasn't nothing. They were nowhere near what Keith Thurman is. Adrian Bronner is nowhere near what Keith Thurman is going to bring. Lucas Matisse ain't nowhere near what Keith Thurman is going to bring. You know, these are just different in levels. And Pac may have sold a lot of y'all that he's back because he beat up on a Matisse or he beat up on a Bronner. But what he getting up in it tonight, that ain't it. I'm gonna do that on 11 live stream though, man. Thurman round 6 KO all day. S says, does he beat Wilder? Can probably outbox him, but Wilder's right hand will sleep Dillian. Dillian seems too easy to hit. That's what I'm saying. After about round 6, S, it seems to me that he's way too easy to hit. Even Oscar Rivas' jab was landing a lot better in the second half of the fight. And I just feel, you know, that in the second half of a fight with, say, like a Deontay Wilder, that right hand will be landing much more easy. Wilder carries that power through all 12 rounds. I repeat, all 12 rounds. And if Dillian Whyte gets touched as much as he's getting touched in the second half of these fights, you know, hey, man, that ain't good. But I will say this, man. One thing I was very impressed with Dillian Whyte tonight was his recovery. When he got dropped in the 9th round, he basically fought off Oscar Rivas for the remaining portion of that round. I mean, he did a good job at keeping Oscar Rivas at bay and not allowing Oscar Rivas to stop him in the 9th round. He recovered well coming out in the following rounds. And he like I said before, he kept just enough in the tank to keep Oscar Rivas at bay. And that's something that's got to be applauded for Dillian Whyte. You know what I'm saying? It's something that really got to be applauded. So I think like I said, he got caught with a nice right uppercut up against the ropes that put him down. He took it solid on the chin. He got back on his feet. He took it to Oscar Rivas, so kept him at bay properly for the remainder of the round and finished the fight off, if not stronger than Oscar Rivas, because Oscar Rivas looked like he might have blew his load in the 9th round. Hit that thumbs up for me as y'all coming on in, man. Will says, wow, they got too much stamina for these guys unless he gets tagged. And that's the good thing about Wilder. Wilder usually comes into a fight more nimble. He comes into a fight more slim. I mean, lately he's been, you know, we've seen against Tyson Fury, he was like 215 or something like that. I mean, he was real small, you know, and that's the benefit of Deontay Wilder coming into fight slim, as we seen with Dillian Whyte tonight coming in at 259 pounds. You know, Deontay Wilder's slim, he's nimble, he's loose. This is why he's not nearly as robotic. And this is why he's able to carry that stamina with the power through 12 rounds. He's not looking to pile on a bunch of weight like Dillian Whyte is looking to always do. Dillian Whyte is clearly telling you and telling his opponents, I'm looking to get you out of there early if I can. I'm going to try to keep you all at bay enough with my power and this extra weight at bay in the early portions of this fight, where in the second half of this fight, I can afford to give some rounds away. It's been working for Dillian Whyte, though. It's been working for him. You know? White gas quick, good fight for him though. Yeah, he gas quick, good fight for him. I'm sure that extra weight. Look at his midsection, man. I mean, he looks huge, Joe. He looked like Damon Wayans did in that joint in the Great White Hype, in that movie Great White Hype. I mean, big old bag of a belly right there on Dillian Whyte, Joe. He put the weight on tonight, man. He is looking to literally get rid of dudes early, man. It's the only way. Because I'm sure he knows that wears him down going into later on into a fight. But once again, he did a good job at keeping Oscar Rivas away from his midsection. Oscar Rivas put no money in the bank really like that tonight, man. And that was, to me, the big deal. I mean, any other heavyweight who would have seen Dillian Whyte coming in there with a bag of a belly, the way he got tonight, man, they would have knew to hit that midsection. Oscar Rivas barely touched him downstairs, man. He was so busy trying to work behind the jab like he was a taller fighter. And I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Yo, man, you ain't gonna be missing tonight after your boy Thurman gets smoked. Nah, bro, I'm gonna be right here, dog. We about to get that live stream started, man. Dillian Whyte, the best heavyweight in the world. Oh, I hear you, bro. He got a lot more ground to cover. There's fighters like Tyson Fury, Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. He got a lot more ground to cover. But it is still good to see him get his shot. You know what I mean? And a good thing about Dillian Whyte, too, you know, one thing we don't give him enough credit for, I guess we should, and that is he's an exciting fighter. He makes all of his fights exciting. He's never really in a dogfight. He's always action-packed. He's always looking to get stoppages. He's never really looking to run or backtrack or anything like that. He's always in exciting fights. So when his time does come, that he does get in there with the elite heavyweights like a Tyson Fury or say like a Deontay Wilder, it's going to be an exciting fight. The notion of a knockout is looming over all of Dillian Whyte's fight. In a fight with him and Wilder, or a fight with him and AJ or Ruiz or any of the top dogs, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting as hell. And Dillian Whyte is not coming in there to lay down for nobody. You know what I'm saying? For nobody. Dillian Whyte will put that bum Fury to sleep. You know what, though? I ain't like the way Tyson Fury, man, got away from Dillian Whyte, man. I ain't care much for how Tyson Fury got away from Dillian Whyte, man. Like, Tyson Fury did some real, like, stupid Bama's type shit. You know what I mean? Only way he was willing to face Dillian Whyte, whether it was, what, for the WBC diamond belt, you know, man, Fury be on some other lunchbox type stuff, man. Like, yo, like, Dillian Whyte ain't even got that particular belt, and you telling Dillian Whyte, oh, the only way I'll fight you is for a belt that you don't even have, for the WBC diamond belt, or whatever the case may be. Trying to take shortcuts away from Wilder, man. Tyson Fury be on some just straight up clown shit. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, son of God. Clown shit. You looking to take the shortcut around when you don't want to face Wilder. You want to get the WBC diamond belt for facing Dillian Whyte. And when the WBC look at you stupid, like, dog, you stupid. Why would we give you a shot at the WBC diamond belt when we ordered you to rematch Wilder and you wouldn't even do it? Why would we give you a shot at the WBC diamond belt to face Dillian Whyte? Tyson Fury be delusional as fuck sometimes, y'all. I'm telling you, man. Real, man. Will says Fury's an opportunistic fool. Fool, bruh. Opportunistic. I mean, you know, that was just stupid, man. Bruh, I don't see Dillian Whyte beating Fury, Joshua, or Wilder. I think Ruiz causes him big-time issues, and so will Usyk, who's moving up from cruiserweight. You know, I honestly think that Andy Ruiz's style for Dillian Whyte is terribly all wrong. Out of all of those styles, I think Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz will really pose a hell of a lot of problems for Dillian Whyte. You know, because Andy Ruiz fights very well on the inside. Hands fly on the inside. Andy Ruiz, he won't do what Oscar Rivas did tonight. He will get to the inside and let the hands go. Let the hands fly, and they fly fast on the inside for Andy Ruiz. So I think that will cause Dillian Whyte a lot of problems. And as for Deontay Wilder, once again, a fighter that carries his power for 12 straight rounds, as well as good stamina for 12 straight rounds. At any time, you could be decapitated in the fight with Deontay Wilder beyond the 6th or 7th round. I think that will pose a problem for Dillian Whyte as well. But I think Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder, all wrong for Dillian Whyte, and they both put him down, in my opinion, man. Son of God says Ruiz got lucky, bro. I mean, we got to see. I'm with you. Look, I'm all in favor of the rematch. I think the rematch should go full steam ahead. I think Anthony Joshua should take the rematch immediately. And if this was one lucky punch, if this was just from one lucky shot to the temple, then guess what? We'll find out very, 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 very soon. But Matchroom got everything riding on that. You know, that's another thing, man. It's a good thing Dillian Whyte won tonight because Matchroom had everything riding on this. If Dillian Whyte would have lost this fight tonight, Matchroom would have been in a terrible position, man. With Anthony Joshua just fresh off taking the loss, losing all his belts, and now Dillian Whyte losing the mandatory position with the WBC tonight, Matchroom would have been up shit creek without a paddle, cousin. But he got it done tonight, man. Good for him. Good for him. Somebody say Dillian Whyte will smash them all. Nah, bro, I don't see him beating Andy. Will says Andy Ruiz is freaking quick. I have a Curie due to his loss to Parker. Yeah, man, he's too fast on the inside. And a fighter with fast hands like that on the inside would definitely give Dillian Whyte way too much problem. So my deal is, even if Andy Ruiz loses to AJ, either way, him and Dillian Whyte will still be a hell of a fight, bro. That still would be a hell of a fight. Stylistically, And it'd be interesting to see if Dillian Whyte can get beyond the fast hands of Andy Ruiz. Real talk, man. Real talk. He already lost to AJ. Yeah, he already lost to AJ. Yeah, you know, but and that to me, once again, he lost to AJ because of, to me, the stamina issues, man. Going deep into a fight. Dillian Whyte, for some reason, he just doesn't carry that stamina with him throughout all 12 rounds. See, you can be clipped real good trying to make it to the inside, even on a tired Dillian Whyte. Don't get me wrong. His power is what his power is. But he's way too heavy, and it's up and down for him. It's not like a natural heavy form, say like with the Jarrell the Mutant Miller, who comes in there all big as well as he is, but he's used to being that big. Dillian Whyte may come in there 230 one fight, 250 the next fight, 260 the next fight. He's constantly pushing himself upwards. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, carrying that weight late into a fight, man, it sometimes works for him, but sometimes it don't. And against Deontay Wilder, it won't be smart, nor against Andy Ruiz. Whyte would put AJ to sleep now. You think so? Yeah, it'd be good to see them had a rematch. But y'all seen what Anthony Joshua did when he got up on that stage and he faced Dillian Whyte. No, I'm not fighting you. What did Anthony Joshua tell everybody? Yeah, everybody here want to see me fight you. Yeah, I get it. But no, I'm not giving you that rematch. He was not willing to kill or hurt his American debut and risk losing to Dillian Whyte before he came over here. He still took a loss anyway. So either way, you know what I'm saying? But he was not willing to, even Anthony Joshua knew when he beat Dillian Whyte earlier on in his career, it still was he still barely made it by that fight. And these two have, Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, they got a lot of history together, man. But he knew he barely made it out of that fight. And he wasn't looking to give Dillian Whyte a rematch no time soon. Nah, too risky. Whyte will put Wilder and Ruiz to sleep. Trust me, bro. Okay, Harmon 92, what's up? Wilder needs to stop ducking Whyte. Wilder has never ducked Dillian Whyte. Never ducked Dillian Whyte. If anything, it could be a case made that Dillian Whyte possibly ducked Deontay Wilder. What you talking about, Harmon 92? I mean, he had the road in front of him. He heard what Wilder told him to do. He heard what the WBC told him to do. Everybody want to make excuses. You know what I'm saying? If he would have just did what he was asked to do a long time ago, he would have had the Deontay Wilder fight. He would have also had Deontay Wilder on record telling the public that, yeah, I will fight you if you beat Luis Ortiz. He could have ridiculed Deontay Wilder if Deontay Wilder would have backed out of that word. He never took Deontay Wilder up on his offer. He never took the WBC up on their offer. Dillian Whyte made his own route. You know what I'm saying? Dillian Whyte looked at the situation as if, look, I'd want to keep my chances alive in the WBO, but I also want to keep my chances alive in the WBC. So he tried to please two masters. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to take it upon himself to go and fight Joseph Parker when they told him they didn't ask him to do that. He took it upon himself to go and face Derek Chisora, even when Luis Ortiz was willing to pull himself off of pay-per-views to come and fight him on short notice, but he chose still not to face Luis Ortiz. Dominic Brazil been offering him up earlier in the year. The list goes on and on. Dillian Whyte chose his route. I'm not feeling sorry for Dillian Whyte. The one thing I will say is I'm happy that he's finally getting his shot, that he's finally did what he was asked to do. And who knows when that shot may come. Hopefully he gets it. But don't get mad at the WBC rules. When Eddie Hearn tells you May of 2020, the reason he tells you that is because that Deontay Wilder fought his last mandatory, back in May. So at the end of the day, he has another year before he has to defend. These are the rules of the WBC. Don't get mad at Deontay Wilder for basically moving around the rules of the WBC. Y'all need to take y'all queries up with the WBC. You did? It's the WBC that want to make franchise champions. It's the WBC that want to take champions like Vasyl Lomachenko, who's a champion in another sanctioning body, and give him an opportunity to fight for a vacant WBC title. They pick and choose exactly who they want to be put in these positions. So don't blame Deontay Wilder. You blame the WBC and put the right where it's supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand what's going on, man. It's easy to sit back and say, oh, Wilder ain't fighting the guy, and the guy's at #1, and why is Wilder? No, Wilder was always doing what he was asked to do by his sanctioning body, by his networks, by his promoters. It's the problem is Dillian Whyte never did what he was asked to do. It's Dillian Whyte who chose to say, come on over here and say, oh, well, look, let me see if I can get a fight with Tyson Fury. Oh, Eddie Hearn, you don't control me. The Zone, you don't control me. I can fight whoever I want to fight. I'm going to try to make a fight with Tyson Fury. I'm going to try. These were Dillian Whyte's decisions. You dig what I'm saying? Don't blame nobody else but Dillian Whyte, man. F.A. Ajagba would knock Dillian Whyte out. F.A. Ajagba, work in progress. Give him time and he will be there. Hit that thumbs up for me as y'all come on in, man. Dillian Whyte is top 5, no doubt. Deserves his shot, but the one man I can't see him beating is Wilder. Well, look, that's the deal, though, man. No one never said that Dillian Whyte was not top 5. Any detractor of Dillian Whyte always asked him to prove it on the elite level. You know what I mean? Your victories over Lucas Brown, your victories over Derek Chisora, but you know, these type of victories have kept people from giving, especially here in America, from giving Dillian Whyte his full credit. We didn't see Luis Ortiz. America wanted Luis Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? And we never got that fight. And, you know, these are the fights that he should have took. Or even a Dominique Brazil for that case. Dillian Whyte will rascal out all of them. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong out there, fight fans. I give Dillian Whyte a chance in all of those fights. All of them, Joe. He got game-changing power. He is a damn good fighter. He is a damn good heavyweight. I don't take that away from Dillian Whyte. No one never did. All people has asked Dillian Whyte to do is follow the yellow brick road to a title shot and you will get your shot. But he never did. You did? The boys got me interested. This guy's full of stamina and power for such a big guy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Triple D and F.A. Ajagba will emerge as the top heavyweights of this new crop. Joe Joyce, you don't got a chance, brother. Joe Joyce days, I'm sorry, man. I just think that Joe Joyce is the one that's going to come out last amongst everybody. He's just way too older to have to learn so much in so, little of time. And I don't think he'll learn the things that he needs to learn before he has to get better very, very fast. I think Joe Joyce days are numbered, but I think F.A. Ajagba, Daniel Du Bois, they are the real deal. They are the ones that's going to come out on top with these new crop of heavyweights, man. I'm telling you. Says Dillian, I'm telling you, bro, Dillian Whyte would destroy him. Oh, I feel you. Hey, my man, Son of God, is a hardcore Dillian Whyte fan, man. I ain't mad at you, bro. You know, the one thing I will say, though, Dillian Whyte, warrior fighter mentality, bro. If you like the grittiness of boxing, if you don't like your boxers soft, if you like them spitting lightning and shitting thunder, you know what I'm saying? Then you like Dillian Whyte. Because Dillian Whyte is the type of fighter who don't back down from nothing or nobody. You know what I mean? He just want to do things the way he want to do things. But other than that, he don't back away from nothing. He don't back away from nobody. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I got to give him. And when he know that the fight is on, Slim, he bringing noise. Like he is not, no, he bringing noise. He letting it be known he want to take your head off. He looking for blood at all times. And that's one of the things I love about Dillian Whyte. He is a blood hunter. You know what I'm saying? All day. Graylon Watts says, Joe Joyce got benefits of the doubt versus Jennings. I would like to see him tested versus Chisora. Joe Joyce versus Chisora would be a very, very good fight. You well know we seen Derek Chisora get that victory tonight and stopping Artur Spilka in the second round, almost knocking his soul out the back of his neck. You know what I'm saying? That was an incredible knockout by Derek Chisora, something that he much needed to give his career some immediate CPR. But a fighter like Joe Joyce, they're talking of Joseph Parker. We see that Derek Chisora and David Haye is trying to go up the Joseph Parker tree. We'll see if Joseph Parker want to answer that call. Eddie Hearn says he's down to make that fight. Eddie Hearn is Joseph Parker's promoter. He says he's down to make that fight. I like that fight. I like Joseph Parker versus Derek Chisora, man. I think Joseph Parker outboxes him. I think he stays away from Derek Chisora's power enough to make it to the final bell. But I still think it'll be an interesting fight. And if Derek Chisora can honestly go in and get a victory over, say, Joseph Parker, man, that would do wonders for the career of Derek Chisora and put him back in contention for a big name fighter. You know what I'm saying? Joyce is similar to Brazil. No chance of making a show in the elite level. Nah, he has too much to learn, and he's too older. He's 33 years old, you know what I mean? And he has too much to learn. He doesn't have the opportunity of time like Daniel Du Bois and say like F.A. Ajagba. They have time to work on things to get better. Joe Joyce don't got it. And I don't see him learning what he needs to learn overnight. Still too robotic, still too slow. Defense needs a lot of work. Hands are just very, very slow. Doesn't use his height nearly as good enough. You know what I mean? And so, you know, him and Adam Booth, man, they got a long way to go, bro. They got a long way to go. You know what I mean? You know? Parker versus Usyk is the fight that I want to see before any other. Parker versus Usyk could be good, man. You know, maybe Usyk, you know, Usyk versus Chisora, they're talking about that. I like that fight too. But I think Parker, you know, if Parker going to get an opportunity at Usyk, he should fight for it, man. You know what I mean? Usyk going to have a lot at stake when he first makes his debut at heavyweight. We know he's making his debut as the #1 fighter in the WBO, as the WBO mandatory. We know Alexander Usyk, who was the former WBO champion at cruiserweight, automatically will be inserted as the WBO mandatory, putting him right in line for the winner of Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua's rematch. You know what I mean? So maybe he goes down that road first, as opposed to a Dirk Shaw or Joseph Parker or even a Dillian Whyte. You know what I mean? Maybe he doesn't risk going after that particular big fight before he takes that fight, but we'll see, you know. Usyk is all wrong for Parker. Usyk is just a phenomenal boxer, man. I can't wait to see how his power is going to translate to the big boys. We got to know if Usyk's power is going to translate properly to heavyweight, man. We got to know this. Whyte would put that chicken breast Fury to sleep, lad. That'd be an interesting fight. Fury, and now I give him a chance against Fury. Remember the two styles I said I think he struggles with at heavyweight is Wilder and Andy Ruiz. But I give him an awesome fighting chance in the Tyson Fury fight. Tyson Fury can be subject for a big overhand right at any given time. And I think if Dillian Whyte has to fight that type of game, he's more than capable of fighting that type of game, of setting up Tyson Fury, cornering him down, and setting him up for a big shot. I think he has a more opportunity. I think he has a more better chance in that kind of fight as opposed to Andy Ruiz with fast hands on the inside, or Deontay Wilder, who carries his power for 12 rounds with stamina. I think those two are all wrong for him. But I think he gets a shot against Tyson Fury all day. All day. What's up, Lewis Coleman? What's up, family? I got fam in the building. What's up, homie? Dillian struggled to beat Chisora, and a old Chisora at that. Yeah, man. You know, Chisora's got new life in his body, man. You know, that's one thing I got to give Dirk Chisora. Ever since him and David Hayes' relationship has blossomed, man. You know, salute to David Hayes for what he's done for Dirk Chisora, man, and gotten the fights that he's already gotten at this point, because it can easily be said that Dirk Chisora should be in the graveyard of boxing. You know, but David Hay did a good job at promoting him, getting him into some good recognizable fights, some big, some small, but enough to get his confidence back, enough to put him into a good position where he's still fighting against a lot of the top guys, man. So hats off to David Hay for what he has done for Dirk Chisora. Joe Joyce, who want to run for the money, who want to run away from David Hay, you know what I mean? Man, salute to David Hay for what he's done for Dirk Chisora, man, all day. You know what I mean? Fury toys with Whyte, but risky power to contend with. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that Whyte got a better chance in cornering Fury and nailing him with a good shot. You know what I mean? Especially Whyte being known as the body snatcher. Them left hooks to Tyson Fury's midsection. I would wonder how Tyson Fury would take those body shots, you dig? And that's something that Dillian Whyte does very good. That's something that Deontay Wilder didn't do to Tyson Fury. He didn't hit him downstairs enough. Dillian Whyte will hit that body of Tyson Fury, try to corner him and lure him for a big shot and lights out. He has a better chance with that than getting beat up on the inside by Andy Ruiz. Hands are too damn fast. You know what I'm saying? Too damn fast. Now, if he can hit Andy Ruiz with a big shot, I mean, cool. But I think that Dillian Whyte also needs full extension on them punches. He will have to land from distance in order to lay out Andy Ruiz. But I got Andy Ruiz with the head movement, with the fast hands on the inside. Pop, pop, pop. I think that's dangerous for Dillian Whyte, man. I'm sorry. Swar says Fury jabs his head off. 50 jabs by 2 rounds guaranteed. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Alex Cartier, 100, family, 100. All right, fight fans. Look, so at the end of the day, look, man, Dillian Whyte now is in a mandatory position. No reason why he shouldn't be getting his shot. They say May 2020. We'll see how that works out. We'll see if the WBC does not move the goalpost on Dillian Whyte yet again. We will see. But good victory for Dillian Whyte tonight, stamping it, making it solidified that he is a top 5 heavyweights. He is worthy of the elite level. He showed us this on numerous times. A lot of people out there still constantly doubts Dillian Whyte, even though he puts on big names like Oscar Rivas, Derek Chisora, you know what I mean? Gave valiant efforts against Anthony Joshua, beat Joseph Parker. You know, Lucas Brown was out of shape. You know, he got some decent names. The only problem is he did it when no one asked him to do it, and he did it at his own goddamn pace. So we'll see. So good victory for Dillian Whyte. Hit the thumbs up for me on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Much love for each and every one of y'all. If y'all just finding out about me for the first time, go ahead and sign up, man. We keep it all the way live over here. We keep it all the way down the middle, and we call it as we see it. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Enjoy the rest of the day of boxing. We got a huge pay-per-view on tonight that I got to get ready for because Keith, the final level Thurman, Keith, the number one welterweight in the country, Thurman, is about to retire a legend tonight. Get ready and come on back here and chill out with the homie after that fight because we going to be turned up and we going right at the Earl Spence Jr. fans. Come fuck with the homie. Much love to each and every one of y'all and shout out to the UK. Yeah, man, all day. Keith is used goods. Come back here, country boy. Come holler at me, country boy. We got a lot to talk about. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. Instagram, Main Man, Made Man. Yo, tonight belongs to Keith. He will come out and get the belt tonight, and then he will just float off into the clouds, back to the mountains in the Himalayas, and he will be just waiting for the winner of Earl Spence Jr. versus Sean Porter. We got a lot to talk about. To the next one. Peace out.